Hi, my name is Terry Lee from Sweet Pea Papers and the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group. This is video 2 in Flower Reflections, the LineDotArrow design team project that I have for June of 2022. Now, we're using the kit Flower Reflections, and in video 1 we went over the kit and we did the covers, and what else did we do? Oh, we made the book. We made the book. And so in this video, we're going to do 1 and 2 and possibly page 3. I don't have page 3 ready, so we'll have a pause. And then, of course, every 30 minutes, we have a quick little break in the video where I have to change over to a new video file. So on page 1, we've got our top pocket, so we might as well deal with that now that I think of it, before we put a bunch of stuff on the page. I think it just hit the camera. Anyway, so let's move this stuff out of the way. So for this pocket up here, I measured, and I'm going to use this part of the paper, first of all, not near this a half page size, I believe, only 4 inches. But I looked up here, and I thought maybe we could do a 4-inch card. As you can see, it's already hard enough to get at it with the lace on the cover. I haven't put the lace on the back yet, just because I realized it was making it a little funny to lay down to work on, so I'll do that off camera later. So we want to use this side, and it looks like we're probably going to be, I'm wondering if we just cut it off right here at this red line, if that wouldn't be just the best way to do it. Let's try that and see if it slides right down in there. That'll make our day easier. Let's cut it off right there. Let's make it where you can see the red line. Let's try that and see where we're at. And we'll use the rest of that page for one of the other writing cards. We've got 3. Let's try this for size. Yep, that's going to slide right down in there. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to ink it first of all. Now, I've been using 2 inks. I've been using Vintage Photo. I didn't really want to go with the brown, but there's a lot of brown frames and things like that in the kit, and if I inked them with Victorian Velvet, which is the other color that I'm using, you wouldn't be able to see it at all. I want to be consistent all the way through with the cards, so I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to go ahead with Vintage Photo. Let's round the corners on this. Then we're going to take our crocodile let's see, we want that part sticking out. I wanted to put a little piece of our ribbon on there. I'm thinking with that ribbon that I need the bigger hole. Let's see, what's the middle? right about where that T is, isn't it? Well, let's see if we can fit one of our scraps here. Sorry about the arms. That's going to be way too long, but let's just see if we can even get it through the hole. Here we go. We'll do that much. And then instead of making some big clunky knot, we're just going to try to use this. See if we can get in here and yeah, that's small enough. Okay, now let's trim this. Then we can always make it shorter if we need to. Trim that like that. Oh, I should have inked it first. Got these little scraps now. I have a little tray right up here. That's what I'm reaching at whenever you see me reach across the camera like that. Same place you see me reach for when I put my scissors away, because they go underneath that. So well, that went quicker than I thought. They're not all the same size, the pockets. So, and remember I had these printed on the back with coffee dyed paper, computer paper. They're not actually backed with coffee dyed paper. And we're just inking it just enough so that there's no white edges. Okay. So we've got our card. Let's set that to the side for right now. Then on page 1, let me get the stuff for page 1. You're going to cut and ink your page, which I've already done. I've already done most of the work for this one, actually. Then the one that I was going to use as a bookmark, I realized was white on the back, so it couldn't be used for that. So I had already rounded the corners, but I decided that would still be okay as a belly band. It'd be kind of nice to have the rounded corners. And then I wanted to put this envelope in here, but it's a little small, so I'm wondering if we should put the envelope in here open. I think that would work. Yeah, I think that would be better. We'll put it in there open. Now, the thing about this envelope is there is no envelope like this in the kit. The envelope in the kit is this, which matches the cover. Okay? What I did was, if you remember, I printed on both sides of the paper, and I printed a print on the inside so that it wouldn't be blank. Well, the paper on the inside, I thought, turned out better than the paper on the outside for this particular page. And so I just literally turned it inside out. Okay? So what you have to do is cut the shape out from the page. Then there are lines all the way around. And you're going to take your scoreboard, or if you're good at folding, just fold along the lines. And you're going to fold them in like this, and then the flap is going to go down. Okay? Now, I don't have any of the cards to go in there right now. I want to see where we're going to be using the other cards. We've got some that I cut down that were bigger. Let me see if I can get a hold of them right quick. I think they're right here. Yeah, these were bigger They were bigger and they had a brown border around them. And I thought they were a little dark. And so and plus my brother ScanNCut decided that the bright, bold brown border around needed to have scalloped edges and different things. And so I decided to trim it down. But we've still got room for a sentiment across the bottom. Now, these won't fit in here. And they're too big. And the others are a little small. So I thought what we would do is just leave it empty. It's not really a working book, it's just a tutorial book. So, in case you're wondering, yes, I keep all of my books. And so let's go ahead and glue the envelope together. Now I want this to be on top because it looks better. It looks really cool with the script, I think. So we're going to put glue along here. Gotta be careful because I did refill my glue. And that will hold this shut. And then this folds up like this, and this particular one, the flap is on the outside. You know, we could, if we wanted to really see the script, I could put it on the inside. No, that wouldn't look right. Okay, and then we're going to, oh, and you're going to ink around the inside on the flap. Then you're going to ink around the outside of the whole thing. So you're going to have this. You're going to ink around the outside of all of it. Ink around the inside of the flap. Okay? And then when you fold it, then ink around these four sides here, which are these four sides here, so that it's inked around this way. Or you can wait till you glue it together and then ink the outside. Either way. We're just going to leave the top open. So now we've got our envelope. Otherwise, the envelope is a little too small for the belly band. So let's glue our belly band on with our rounded corners. We'll try to round the corners on other things in the kit. We're not going to be able to on the pockets, but we will be on other things. Alright, so let's straighten that up. I really would have loved this as a bookmark. Of course, now my phone decides to ding. I haven't had a peep out of it all day. And then this is really awesome. But look how this turned out. Oh, it turned out upside down. Because I glued it upside down. Yeah, this is going to be the top. Because the text goes this way. Silly me. Good thing I didn't put a whole lot of glue on there. That wasn't dry. And then if any little residue of glue that's on there, I'll take off with the glue eraser. And it covers more of our text. But otherwise our bird is upside down. Alright, let me put you on hold for just 1 second. I forgot to put my phone in the other room. So now that we've got that glue down, let's double check that our envelope will fit under here. Yep. See, that'll be just right. We're going to put it in this way. And I think I'm going to, you could still hear it dinging even in the other room. I think I might do some glossy accents in here. So we'll, I'm not going to do that on camera because I have to wait for it to dry like quite a while. Maybe I could show you how to use it on here on the hummingbird. Do not shake it up. You take your old pin. I have an old pin that I use just for this. There are ways to make sure that the whole thing doesn't stop up. Obviously, I didn't do that this time. There we go. Okay, well, I'm going to show you on a different part because I don't want to spend our time with me trying to get the bottle open. Normally, it opens right away because I'm real careful about making sure I kind of go like this with it to make sure everything drops down inside, and I guess I didn't do it enough with that one. So I'm going to glossy accent this bird and probably this flower and probably the flower on the cover. And I'll do that last because it'll have to sit like that, and I can't have it sitting like that if we're going to be recording, or I'll do it at night. And let it sit. So we'll put this on here. We'll have to be a little careful. It's a little squishy because of the lace. I knew there was a reason I always did the covers last. But it worked out for the video timing. It gave us 47 minutes, which is close to an hour. Now originally, I planned on 3 videos with a 4th one as a flip through, but we may end up just doing 4 videos. With 2 pages per video. I have to wait and see. Okay, now that we've got this on, move it in just a little bit. Make sure that we're not in too far. It's cutting it close. Okay, now we're going to take the envelope back out. And we're going to put lace. Who knew? Who knew I was going to do this much lace? Or should we put lace along here too? No. But we are going to put lace along here. All the outside edges of each page, not all the outside edges, but the outside edges of each page are going to have lace. So that's part of the challenge of me doing a book like this. With all this lace is because we have limited space to, or limited things that I can do to the pages and still have room for the lace. But I'm bound and determined. I don't know why I made it that long. We don't need to match that. We need to go to the end of the page. We need to go from the page to the end of the page. And run our glue along here. It's a good thing too because it's a little crooked. I didn't notice. There we go. Had enough time. when you put that much glue on the corners, it definitely gives you enough time to sometimes to fix your mistakes. Come on, get a little drop of glue here. So we're gonna put lace on the outside on either side. Gonna be a very lacy book. This is crocheted lace, which I've never worked with before, so it could be interesting. It could be a train wreck. We'll just have to see. Alright, once we've got our lace on, we can put our envelope back in. Once I get my glossy accents unstuck, then I'll do this flower and this hummingbird. And probably that hummingbird too, if we're going to leave it in there open. And there's another hummingbird. I love hummingbirds almost as much as I like flutterbys. Okay, so page 2 is a little interesting because even though we're just putting a pocket and a booklet, this is the pre-made booklet from the kit, so I'll glossy accent the moth and this other little bug, I'm not sure what it is, the dragonfly, and probably the little caterpillar thing that's hanging off the flower. So I'll have to do all of that. I wonder if I should have done that before. I think it'll be alright. And boy, there's lots of hummingbirds on this page, isn't there? I'll probably just glossy accent things that are not on the page themselves. Otherwise, I will be glossy accenting all day. So I probably will do this one. I tried clear nail polish. Somebody told me use clear nail polish instead. And what happened was the paper soaked it up. It did leave like a sheen that made it look different than the rest of the page, but it also just soaked up. It didn't give that clear glaze, kind of raised up that the Glossy Accents does. Now, this is a simple page, so all we're going to do is we're going to take the pre-made pocket. Let me get one of the other ones. This is what it looks like when you get it cut out, like this. And then you're going to score and fold on the dotted lines like you're supposed to. Then you're going to have to, when you fold this up, you're going to find out that this corner right here sticks up past here. So what you're going to have to do is what's called mitering the corners. So look at the difference between this line and that one. Now this one, I didn't cut anything off the bottom. You can tell the black line is still there. So it looks like this one is deeper. Doesn't matter. So you see how this looks like a ship almost? It's slanted way back. That's so that when I fold it up, it looks like this. And this paper does not stick up past here. And all I did was cut in at an angle to the corner from the bottom. I did the same over here. I just cut in at an angle from the corner to the bottom, and I did it on this side as well. So now what we have here versus here is you can see that these corners have all been cut off. Okay? Then you ink this all around this. I did this before. I was like, oh, they could fold the corners, and then I realized it all had to be mitered and stuff, and then I went ahead and did it, so I'll show you on one of the other pockets, but I thought I would tell you. Now this image is the exact image of this right here, which I didn't realize. I was looking for pages because they're all flowers, and it's hard to find something to put your pockets on in a book like this. In a regular book, you're going to have the backs of the pages to decorate, and then you're going to have coffee dyed papers, etc., etc. So it would be easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this pocket, instead of down here in the corner, I'm going to put it right over the top of the image on the top, or up here in the middle of the page. I know. We're going to be bold. I used vintage photo on this because of the black borders. And I used Victorian velvet on this, and then I went back around it with vintage photo, so that's what gives you that little rosy halo around, and then the brown. So, yes, the inks can be mixed. Oh no! You do have to change stoppers or change the plastic or the rubber foam thingamajig. Right. Now, there's this little bitty thing right here. It's going to be easier to line up the corner of that. So it isn't an exact duplicate. Or, oh, there we go. That does line up. Okay. I just had the pocket crooked. So see, it does. It lines up. Now, I could have, and let me make another side note, besides the fact of I could have. Well, they're the same thing, actually. You'll see there's a lot of room in this pocket, and it's going to be hard in a book like this to keep something from falling out. Oh, in any book, actually. So normally in a book like this, I would have cut these little flaps off. Where did the other pocket go? I would have cut these little flaps off and just made it a flat pocket. But we're going to make this into a booklet, so we can use that extra space. Now, I know we just had another one of those somewhere. I am not really sure where. I should have made this a little bit shorter. We're going to run into a little bit of trouble with our lace. But this part's going to be okay because it's going to go all the way over here. And see, this would not have even really stayed in if we weren't going to do this. I'm going to take this, open it up. I stenciled on the inside of this. Let me put you on hold for just 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. I looked over right when the thing rang, and I looked over and we only had like 30 seconds left before that timer was going to go off and I needed to start a new video. So, all right, let's go ahead and make this into a notebook. Going to lay the booklet cover on here. Make a mark for the height and the width. Then we're going to cut just inside that so that it's just inside the cover. That should give us the right size pages. We turn it the right way. Then we'll use our stapler. As soon as I go get it, we'll use our stapler to make a booklet. Oh, look at that. I hardly ever get to use it like this, to where I don't have to do the inside. There we go. There's no staple. Why was there no staple? Now there's a staple. And we're just going to fold it in half. Or back in half. Looks like I'm going to have to trim the paper up a little bit. It moved. I know I could have cut it from the front side, but I would have had to cut it from this angle. Okay. Now let's put a little something on the top. Got all these little pictures. Let's take a word. Let's take the word sunshine. We'll take one of these that matches this page. This one's nice. This one's better. Oh, this one has the same flower. That one's best. I was just kind of going through every couple at a time. I wasn't going to sit here and go through every single one. Yes, I keep them all paper clipped by what type they are. Let me do this real quick. I didn't ink them ahead of time because they're so small. It doesn't take but just a second, but it takes forever to do all of them and then not use them. And if I'm going to use them for something else, then I don't want them to be inked already. There we go. I inked that a little bit more because the brown across the bottom, but it just made it look inked more. Okay, so let's put this up here. And we'll put the word sunshine. And put that up there farther. And then remember, I'm going to use Glossy Accents down here. And I may do it up here. And that will make it all match. I wonder if the word sunshine could be a tuck. Oh, I think it could. Let's see. Let's try it. Oh, I got the Glossy Accents unplugged. My stomach is gurgling. I'm not hungry, but I might have put too much glue there. There we go. Now it's a little tuck spot. Very nice. It's actually a belly band. Okay, So I can set this to the side so I can show you how to use the Glossy Accents. I have cleared it out with the pen, and all you do is just take it like you would a pencil. I've cut my nozzle at an angle, and you just squeeze it, and when it comes out you just spread it around. And you kind of use the nozzle like you would a paintbrush. And when it dries kind of raised up. Let's see if you can, I can't tell. My computer's too far away for me to tell if you can see how shiny that is. And then to do the dragonfly. And then the little bug. And I think I'm going to do the circle inside of here. And we'll set them all aside, and then it'll look like a little and I'll set it to the side, and it actually magnifies the flower in there. Alright, so I'm going to set all that aside and let it dry. Put this lid back on as tight as you possibly can. Put my pen back out of the way. Alright, let me pick this up without getting glossy accents everywhere. And let those dry. Okay, so now we're not going to be able to put our notebook in, but that's okay. We'll put this paper in. I want to do this pocket too. So we'll put this paper in. Oh, I put the writing card in the pocket, and I'll show you in just a second. It looks nice. And also the layer of lace that we put along the left side of the page, when you look at it from the cover, it looks like we put double lace around the cover. It looks nice. Okay, so we're going to put this in here. Put it even with the other one, top and bottom. So I can't put the notebook in there because it's still wet. I want to do the glossy accents on this too. So I am going to see what I'm going to do for page 3. And then we'll come back and start that, or this, actually, if we do 2 pages of video, that will give us 4 videos, and then we will be right on track. So I'm going to call this a video. I'm going to do the glossy accents on everything, and then when we come back, we'll do pages 3 and 4, maybe 3, 4, and 5, and then Yeah, and then we'll be right on track. Okay, so that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video, and that'll be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay, bye-bye.